The rave scene, where hallucinogens often turn the bold colors and trippy music into a dreamlike high that can last hours on end. But dreams can quickly turn to nightmares when that single hit of acid spirals you into a private hell of perma-fry, or worse.
The night before, I went to a rave and I was frying.
After you do a lot of it, it doesn't work the same anymore, and you're just like, you're always trying to get back that high, you know, that you had at first, so you take more of it and more of it.
I went to the same rave a year ago, and that's where I first tried acid.
Kept doing it, and he just fried for like 4 months, was it? And he had to go to a mental institution. He's back now, but like he was drooling and like he was perma-fried.
The first time I fried was horrible.
Andrea was a little girl with big dreams. She had great grades, and her mom was one of her best friends. Then, her dreams turned into one big nightmare.
The first time I fried, I didn't have a very good trip. All I did was cry. I thought my best friend was making fun of me. I thought everybody was against me. She had this poster on her wall of lions. I thought the lions were laughing at me, and I thought they were like scratching at me. It was weird. I had just got my nails done the day before. I bit up all my nails. My arm, I thought it was like a dog bone or something. My arm was black and blue for like 3 or 4 days. I mean, I ate it like it was nothing. I mean, I just gnawed at it and just, it felt good. It felt good to hurt myself.
Tristan did a number on his dreams as well. He added acid and took a trip to hell in the fast lane.
I was like 12 years old, and my friend, Bleach, me and him, like, I was like, oh, I think it's cool to experiment with drugs and everything, so I was like trying with like every drug that I could get my hands on.
Dr. Brooks sees a lot of nightmares come through the Watts Health Foundation in Los Angeles.
The primary problem with LSD is the fact that it interferes with the brain chemistry. What it does, which is why people take the drug, is it alters your perception of reality. In doing this, it can cause what is known in the vernacular as a bad trip. A bad trip is not generally dose related. You can get a bad trip from taking 1 dose, 1/2 of a dose, or 10 doses.
Acid makes you do crazy things. I was at a party. A friend of mine fell in love with a girl. He just met her. He had taken some acid. 20 minutes later, she fell in love with someone else. He blew his brains out. Would he have done that if he was sober? I don't think so.
The primary problems with a bad trip are self-destructive behavior. Things like jumping out of windows because you think you can fly, running into traffic because you think you're indestructible, a panic reaction causing you to, let's say, run through a glass window. It can also cause an acute and severe depression. It can cause paranoia and delirium. And in its worst scenario, you can see things like the devil in the face of a friend, bugs crawling on you. And these are the types of abnormal images that you may actually see in the newspapers where someone actually killed a friend because they thought they were killing the Antichrist.
One day I was on a motorcycle and I was riding down the freeway and I got so high that I didn't even know what happened. And I started to get off the motorcycle. I wanted to take a walk on the freeway. And fortunately, somebody was honking their horn and screaming, and I got back down and was okay. 3 days later, I was taking a walk down the street and wanted to get hit by a car because I wanted to see what it felt like to be hit. Because I wasn't a person anymore, I was an object.
The first time I did it, I did like 3 tabs, and what happened then was I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, I didn't think it was like a good feeling either at first, because, I mean, I thought I was going crazy. I was scared because there was cops all around.
1 gram of the drug, which is the same as 1 dose of extra strength Tylenol, 2 500 milligram tablets, makes 10,000 doses of LSD.
When you're on acid, everything is just like visual. You have a lot of, your body gets all numb and you start feeling weird, and like you'll look at a wall, like a wood, and you see like the wood, it seems like it's like moving. I mean, you'll look at a poster and there'll be like designs in the poster and you'll just see things moving, and you'll look down on the floor and you'll see like bugs crawling everywhere, and you know there's nothing there, but you see it and you start freaking out. I mean, it's intense, really. It's really crazy.
Add acid, and your dreams become nightmares. And these nightmares only get worse when they're being lived behind bars.
You're going to court, right? For 3 felonies, right? They want to put you away, don't they? They're just looking for a reason to do that, right?
When I ran away, I used to live in apartments with a bunch of people. People were ODing on heroin and speed like once a week. And because there was like 5 to 10 people crashing in his pad, and they were just so messed up every day. I used to think it was so cool, I mean, just to be out on the streets. I mean, but everyone I used to live with, they used to be like me. I mean, how I used to be, like doing drugs every day. And they just ditched school every day, and they spent their money on drugs every time they got it.
Last year on Valentine's Day was when things started to get really bad.
I went to jail last year on Valentine's Day. First assault with a deadly weapon. I violated 3 times, my 3rd violation. I went to jail for 3.5 weeks, and from then I got sober and was sober for a while and messed up.
If you don't end up in jail, there's always the chance that you could alter your personality permanently.
It can also cause one problem that I am concerned about, which is called burnout. Burnout is the term for organic brain syndrome, where you can actually change a person's personality. They become more withdrawn, more subdued, they become antisocial.
It's the drug. It really
Ruins everything. Her and I had like the best mother-daughter relationship, I thought, until I started using drugs. My mom and I got into an argument, and she picked up a broom, and I just grabbed a knife and I threw it.
She threw it with a lot of force. And that was it. And I had to call the police.
Teenagers and young adults often take illicit substances trying to avoid unpleasant realities, thinking they will find a better reality from the substance. But it is true that they may in fact uncover a worse reality than they thought they had seen, number one. Number two is when the effect of the drug is gone, that same reality they were trying to avoid is still present.
Irrational, moody, angry, resentful, spiteful, abusive. This was a wonderful child. She was scary.
Not knowing what I was doing, really. I mean, just not really knowing, not paying attention to my family, just not even caring really about my family. Just wanting to be with my friends and doing more drugs, basically. I didn't care about... I guess I wasn't realizing that my parents, my family's always going to be there for me. My friends aren't going to be there for me. I mean, when I was in jail, who was there to visit me? My mom, my dad, my stepdad. My friends weren't there.
If you do too much, you'll permanently fry, like permanently have a trip. And if you have a bad trip, you'll just like start breaking out crying. I mean, people think like when they take a shower to try and get sober, they think that that's gonna work, but most people that take showers, like the water drops come alive and trying to eat them or something.
The tricky thing about LSD is that it is totally unpredictable. You may come back and you may not come back. You may go and come back and go again and come back again. The fact that it is so potent and so unpredictable, to me, should clearly define it as an unsafe drug, one of the most unsafe substances to use.
Acid is one drug that you need not to fool with because you never know what's going to happen.
I used to want to kill myself, like, every day. I don't know, I used to see just a sad person, I mean, just like, that had a lot of problems. Now I see, I don't know, someone who's trying to get better.
It's not worth it. Because after the first time, you're gonna want to do it again, and after that, you just go downhill. You really do. You go downhill. It's not worth it. Don't ruin your life.
I screwed up. I'm addicted to a lot of stuff right now. If you do try it, you're gonna think you're not addicted to it first. And you'll keep trying. You'll keep saying you're not addicted till you keep on being in denial, and you'll be doing it for like a year straight, still saying you're not addicted. And it'll screw your life up.
Now I'm a year back in high school. I'm in 10th grade again. I'm supposed to be in 11th grade. And I have to make up my credits.
When I grow older, I'll just be like some bum probably, if I don't change everything right now.
I mean, I screwed up. I messed up. I ruined my life. I ruined the path that I wanted to go. I mean, I ruined it. And now I have to feel like I'm starting all over. I apologize for everything. And I know that things aren't gonna be perfect now still. We still have our days, but I love you. I just hope everything gets better.
It will. I know it will. Just keep trying. I'll be
Thank
there.
you for being here through everything. I love you.
I love you, baby. Come here.
It's not worth it. Because after the first time, you're going to want to do it again. And after that, you just go downhill. You really do. You go downhill. It's not worth it. Don't ruin your life.